Hello and welcome to Watch Me Movie. My name is Ryan and today we are watching American Werewolf in London for the first time. So yeah, American Werewolf in London is a film that it's one of those rare films that all my brothers have seen and they all really liked it, especially my older ones. I remember them apparently referencing it all the time to each other and stuff like that, but obviously I can't remember any of those because I'd never seen the film, so it was irrelevant to me. Um, but yeah, I've never watched this one for whatever reason. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what to expect. Probably a bit of cheesiness, even if it is meant to be a serious one. Probably a bit of like showing its age and stuff like that. But I love that type of stuff anyway. I think it just gives more charm to horror films the older and sort of more dated they look. And the transformation scene in this film is one I have seen the transformation scene just because it's so famous. I think it was referenced in our first year of film school as well. We had to watch that one clip, so I have seen the when he transforms into the wolf, and it still holds up today. I think that's the benefits of practical effects over sort of digital ones. Digital effects tend to age a lot quicker than when filmmakers use practical effects. So yeah, I remember that scene still holds up pretty well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to watching the rest of the film around it. Yeah, so we might as well just get on with watching this. Just before we do, if you appreciate this reaction, then consider giving a thumbs up to the video and subscribing to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. You can see full-length reactions and get early access to the YouTube edits over on Patreon, as well as getting bonus content videos and getting access to the polls for as little as £1 a month. And with all that said, let's get on with American Werewolf in London.
Without a dream of my own.
Weird scenery with this music. It's a weird contrast. Rick Baker.
I'm no longer alone.
That is a really, really nice shot. I was hoping it was going to be on a crane. Nice.
That's his Proctor. It's all about here at Moors. I go this way. Boys, keep off the moors. Stick to the road.
You want to keep off them moors, lads. Keep off at moors. Stick to roads. The hell are they doing up here, man?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, look around.
I feel you, mate. So, in between the cities up here, if you're not from England, in Yorkshire where I live, this is what it is. Well, it will be the Yorkshire Moors, because that guy had the Yorkshire accent. Yeah, this is all very familiar territory.
Drink, rest.
The slaughtered lamb?
That's kind of strange.
No, really. What kind of ad is that for a pub?
There really is some weird pubs in those type of areas. I've walked into a pub where everyone's gone quiet before, like this. I've walked in a pub to that reaction before.
It's very cold outside. May we come in?
We've spirits and beers. If it's something hot you want, you can have tea.
Oh, yes, please.
Look at that.
What?
It's a 5-pointed star.
Mancini Jr. and Universal Studios maintain that's the mark of the Wolf Man.
And you want me to ask them if they're burning candles to ward off monsters?
Just don't ask.
Go on, ask him.
You ask them.
Excuse me. What's that star on the wall for?
Jack, we better go. How much do we owe you?
Nothing, lads. Go.
Wait! You just can't let them go?
Beware the moon, lads.
Yeah.
What the hell was that all about? Beware the moon?
Yeah, I know, Jack. Come on, we freeze.
I can't imagine having to walk over the Mars on the night time, man. I mean, I have been on the Mars on the night time, having to walk and have no destination over there. That's...
It's in God's hands now.
What do you think was wrong?
I have no idea.
Maybe that pentangle was for something supernatural.
Listen. Do you hear it?
Put jukebox on.
Did you hear that? What was it?
coyote.
There aren't any coyotes in England.
It's a full moon. Beware the moon and stick to the road.
Oh, I don't know where they're going, like, they're just walking across the moors.
We're lost.
Oh, shit, David. What is that?
I think we should just keep moving. It's moving.
It's circling us.
Let's just keep walking. That's right, a lovely stroll on the moors. Tra-la-la. It's in front of us.
Oh, shit. What is it?
Yeah. Come on, turn slowly. Let's walk away. Come on, Jack. Walk away.
Walking away. Yes, here we are. Walking away.
I really like that. The suffocating fog of the moors for films, actually.
Jack! What? Where are we going?
I don't know. I'll tell you when we get there.
Okay, because... Oh! You gonna help me up or what?
Oh, I have seen this clip. Just this part.
Jack. Jack.
Oh, they actually came from. Did he have his top off? Oh no, that was the werewolf, obviously.
Jack.
Mr. Kessler called out just now.
Oh, no surprise. What exactly did he call out?
He said, Jack.
That would be Jack Goodman, the boy who was killed. The police report said they were attacked by an escaped lunatic. Must have been a very powerful man.
This looks like a bicycle that they've used for that, maybe. To get the shot, I mean.
Where am I?
You're in a hospital in London.
Where's Jack?
David, I'd like you to prepare yourself. Your friend is dead.
Jack's dead? Who are you people? What's going on here? Where's Jack? Get your hands off me. Let go of me. I want to see Jack.
Mr. Kessler, I appreciate how upset you are, but this is no reason for hysterics.
That guy's no help whatsoever. Weird guy. Get out.
Kids, they never appreciate anything you do for them.
What?
How long have I been here?
Now, you've suffered some cuts and bruises, black and blue for a while. That lunatic must have been a very fierce fellow. They say a madman has the strength of 10.
Lunatic. It's an animal.
What?
A wolf.
Did he say a wolf? Yes.
Inspector Villiers and Sergeant McManus are here to see you, Doctor.
Well then, what can I do for Scotland Yard?
Has Mr. Kessler said anything regarding the attack on the moors?
I'm sorry if I conflict with your report, Inspector, but Jack and I were not attacked by a man.
Two strong boys would be able to defend themselves against one man.
We have an autopsy report on the murderer who was shot in the act by the local police. We have 2 witnesses to the crime. David, as far as we're concerned, the matter is now closed. We will trouble you no further. Good day.
How could there have been witnesses? It was so dark. We were running and I fell and Jack went to help me up and this thing came from nowhere. Doctor, my memory is fine. It's my sanity I'm beginning to worry about.
Oh my god.
Mr. Kessler, you haven't eaten your lunch. I'm afraid you have to eat something.
No, really, thanks. I'm not hungry.
You put me in an awkward position, Mr. Kessler. Well, you're to take these after you've eaten. Now, what sort of nurse would I be if I failed in so simple a task as handing out some pills?
Oh, come on, Nurse Price.
Shall I be forced to feed you, Mr. Kessler?
I'm not hungry. I don't want any food.
That hospital food looks a little too good. Not that it looks good, but it doesn't look like hospital food.
You've never had bad dreams before?
Look, Dr. Dr. Hirsch, Jack was torn apart. A man can't do that to someone with his bare hands.
Be surprised what horrors a man is capable of.
But did you see Jack?
No.
You think I'm crazy?
David, please. I'm certain if there were a monster roaming around northern England, we'd have seen it on the telly.
Of course.
I'd rather not be by myself.
I'll send someone in to keep you company.
You're a very beautiful girl.
I thought you were asleep.
I was.
Shall I read to you? Say things which interested me. As I talked to you.
All right, hold your horse. All right already.
What the? It's kind of messed up. What the hell? Oh my god. That was crazy.
I've just had a nightmare.
Not to worry, I've just the thing.
Wow. A double wake up.
Good morning and a good day to you. Good stuff there. Now you eat it up and I'll be back for the dishes when you finish.
Can I have a piece of toast?
Get the fuck out of here, Jack.
I'm not sure about them face gashes.
You're hurting my feelings.
Has it occurred to you that it might be unsettling to see you rise from the grave to visit me?
Sorry to be upsetting you, David, but I had to come. David! Now, I'm really sorry to be upsetting you, but I have to warn you. We were attacked by a werewolf.
I'm not listening to this.
On the moors.
It's a trippy film, really.
I was murdered, an unnatural death, and now I walk the earth in limbo until the werewolf's curse is lifted.
Shut up.
The wolf's bloodline must be severed. The last remaining werewolf must be destroyed. It's you, David.
Nurse!
Listen to me!
Nurse!
The undead surround me. Have you ever talked to a corpse? It's boring. Take your life, David, before you kill others.
It's dark.
Beware the moon, David.
Okay.
I will become a monster in 2 days.
I can't tell whether this guy looks like really happy about this or what.
Do you have somewhere to stay in London?
Yeah, the underground. Don't look too busy. Sablanca poster.
The bedroom.
There's only one bed.
I'll be perfectly honest with you, David. I find you very attractive and a little bit sad. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but perhaps you'd like to watch telly whilst I take a shower.
Find you very attractive and a little sad.
Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance, a fantabulous night to make romance. You know the leaves on the trees are falling.
Bit of Van Morrison.
The breezes that blow.
That'll all have to be muted, but it is a tune.
You know the night's magic seems to shine in your place. Can I just make some more romance with you, my love?
I have nothing against sex scenes in movies. I suppose there's a lot of the time there is a place for them, but I'm not criticising this film by any means while I'm talking about this. It's just making me think along those lines. I can't imagine like writing a script and dedicating 2 or 3 minutes of the story that I wanted to tell to like a gratuitously long sex scene. I'd rather just suggest that they had sex and move on. As a storyteller and a filmmaker, I'd want to save them like 3 minutes for, just something else. Not because of any sort of prudishness or anything. I just think in terms of story, so I don't think I'd do it myself. I was waiting to see what was going to be in there. I wasn't expecting that.
Come here.
Is this his friend just more decomposed?
I wanted to see you.
Get out of here, Jack.
Tomorrow night's the full moon. You'll become...
I know, a monster. I think I've lost my mind. You're just another part of a bad dream.
You've got to believe me, David.
That tomorrow night, beneath the full moon, I'll sprout hair and fangs and eat people?
You'll kill and make others like me. I'm not having a nice time here. You've got to take your own life.
David? David? Come back to bed now.
Do I seem crazy to you? I just saw Jack again. He said that tomorrow I'll turn into a monster.
Do you believe him?
Did you ever see The Wolf Man? Bela Lugosi bites Lon Chaney Jr. and he turns into a werewolf. Claude Rains is Lon Chaney's father and he ends up killing him. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm torn between feeling very sorry for you and finding you terribly attractive.
She can't call him attractive without saying something shitty alongside it. Lesher. I will admit there's loads and loads of towns around here even that are like these, that have weird names that I've never heard of. So I don't know if Proctor and Lesher are real places or whether they're just made up for this film, but it wouldn't surprise me if they were real places in Yorkshire. There's some very weird name places.
Small Guinness will suffice.
Love Guinness. They'll have Guinness. I can't stand Guinness.
A few weeks back, the escaped lunatic, the one who killed the boy. 1,000 thanks, madam. There we are. Well, that was round here, wasn't it?
What? Oh, yeah.
Dumb Northerner.
Oh, what's that?
Been there for 200 years, sir. It's traditional, so we left it.
So, you've heard nothing of this incident? Incident? The murder.
Do love the weather sounds in this film.
Kessler boy.
That
He was
sound of
talking about
rain.
werewolves.
Story about werewolves.
Got a long drive to London. I'll be on my way then.
Nah, I make you welcome, eh? I think I'm getting a cold. It's 'cause this is where I live, in this weather, which I love.
Hello.
There's something wrong with this place. It's almost full moon. That's enough.
If you get too anxious, call me at the hospital, okay? I'm off.
See you later.
Wonder if they just proper stress that cat out, like to get it to do that. I imagine they've got trained animals that do that on command.
In the news of the world tomorrow.
And he totally blew my mind.
News of the World, is that still about? A weird little shot to linger on. Nice Dutch angle on that one. It wasn't like immediately obvious, but it's cool. Does it all culminate in the transformation scene then, I wonder? Is that like the climax and then that's how it ends? Because I know that scene's coming at some point. I know that he's waiting for it at this point. I don't know why I'm trying to predict the ending.
You saw me standing alone. Jesus Christ!
Is that Jesus, is that how it starts? It still looks horrible. It's the sound that sells it in the end, but it still looks good. Cause that looks horrible. From what I remember, this was like pneumatic rods just pushing out like a latex added hand. Look how good it still looks. I prefer practical effects much more. They've got such a longer life. Look at that, it's still horrible. I mean, it's comical because it's a little bit dated, but that is, to me, is disturbing and ugh. If I'd have seen that as a kid, that would have stuck with me for definite. 'Cause it looks so painful. It's not like, you know, like a cool transformation or like glamorous or powerful one. It just looks really painful and disturbing. It's really well done. For those days, for it still to be like kind of difficult to watch in this day and age. I know this isn't like terribly old or anything, but the advances in special effects have been considerable, and that to me, yeah, it's so good. That'll stand the test of time for years to come still. I think they use like Jesus Christ. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about it now. But that transformation scene is iconic for a reason.
Sit down, Alex. I'm concerned about David. Where is he?
He's at my flat.
Is that you, Harry?
How far is this guy gone?
Has David persisted in his werewolf fantasies?
Dr. Hirsch, what's wrong? Is this more serious than I know?
David's lacerations were cleaned and dressed before he arrived here. Supposedly, no other doctor examined him before I did. So, I went to the pub in East Proctor today, where I was convinced of two things. They were lying. The whole community is hiding the truth of what actually happened up there. I myself witnessed some form of mass neurosis. If all the villagers believe that Jack Goodman was killed by a werewolf, why shouldn't David? I don't mean running about on all fours and howling at the moon, but in such a deranged state, he might harm himself. Or perhaps other people. I think we should call the police.
It's a cool little scene. Next to the Thames. Very close to where I used to have my lunch when I worked in London.
Who's there? Look. There.
He's just going on a rampage. Is he going to get into the underground? That would be cool. That looks like a fresh underground train.
I can assure you that this is not in the least bit amusing.
You tell him, mate.
I shall report this.
Henceforth. This is cool though, you don't see the underground in like horror films like this. Seeing it so quiet and like spooky and stuff, it's nerve-wracking in its own way, but... It's a nice shot. Hey. It don't look half bad still. Like, they're filming it in clever ways, obviously. So you only see glimpses, but... Got quite a few people last night. Like 3 homeless guys, that business guy, the couple.
Hello, wolves. Nice wolves.
They're beautiful wolves. Pretty amazing.
Excuse me.
Hey, kid. Come over here.
I don't know who you are.
I'm the famous balloon thief. Thank you.
What a weird little kid. It's not a library.
20 pence, please, sir.
David. Where on earth have you been?
I woke up in the zoo.
The zoo. I was worried about you. We didn't know where you were.
Oh.
Where did you get that coat?
They're like so nonchalant about. They just seem to like giggle at it and stuff.
Have you read the papers today? We listened to the radio or the television?
No, why?
I want you to bring David here straight away. I want him in my care.
I don't know why I feel so good. I haven't felt this good in a long time. You know, my body feels great.
I mean, I can understand him feeling good. Could be the effects of the transformation and feeding and stuff like that. I just don't get her mood as well. She's like proper chilled out about
St. Martin's Hospital.
Right. Put you in mind of the days of the old Demon Barbara fleet.
her. Is that Bricktop?
Sorry.
Last night,
Yep.
all in different parts of the city, all mutilated.
Beware of any man that has a pig farm.
Pull over.
You ever need a typical Londoner Cockney as your man? Still to this day.
I'm going to the cops.
David, please be rational.
I'm a fucking werewolf, for Christ's sake. Officer! I killed those people last night. I want you to arrest me, you asshole.
There's no call for that kind of language.
Murder, yes. But swearing, I've lots of that.
Winston Churchill was bullshit. Shakespeare's French.
If you don't stop this disturbance, I shall arrest you.
That's what I want you to do, you moron. You're not going to arrest me?
All right, come on. There's nothing to see. Come on, move along.
It's hopeless. Leave me alone. You people are crazy.
David, don't lose control!
Control? What control?
I thought I was crazy.
David!
I love you. I love you. But I think I did some terrible things last night, things I can't remember. I'm not safe to be with. You gotta stay away from me. I love you, Alex.
Yes, operator, I'd like to call the United States.
Hitting all the touristy spots here. Piccadilly Circus.
Hi, is Mom or Dad at home? Tell Mom and Dad that I love them, okay? And I love Max, and I love you, too. No, I do. Goodbye.
Are you really gonna end with this guy doing himself in?
How much is it?
£2.80, sir.
So crazy that like porn theatres are a thing. Or were a thing, I don't know if they still are.
Hi, Jack.
Hi, David.
Deteriorated.
What are you doing here?
I've never seen you before in my life.
Oh, sorry.
Some strange little bits in this film.
You're gonna say I told you so? I don't even know if it was me that killed those people last night. I don't remember doing it.
I want you to meet some people. This is Gerald Bringsley. Gerald's the man you murdered on the subway. We thought it best for you not to see him, as he's a fresh kill and still pretty messy.
Yes. I do look most unpleasant.
Mr. Bringsley, I'm sorry. I have absolutely no idea what to say to you.
You must die, David Kessler.
This is Harry Berman and his fiancée, Judith Brown.
I'm just gonna bring everyone.
Hello.
And these gentlemen are Alf, Ted, and Joseph.
Can't say we're pleased to meet you, Mr. Kessler.
What shall I do?
You must take your own life.
How shall I do it?
Sleeping pills?
I could hang myself.
No, if you did it wrong, it could be painful.
So what?
You mind? The man's a friend of mine.
A gun! Oh, a gun would be good.
Yes, you just put the gun to your forehead and pull the trigger.
Thank you. You're all so thoughtful.
I mean, there's plenty of ways to die in London. I'm only joking. London's lovely.
Stop.
I haven't seen this one before. God, this background noise. God, it still looks horrible. Why are they all screaming but rushing towards it? Like, I didn't expect this to be the way it turned out.
What the hell's going on here?
Some kind of animal, sir.
Whoa! Oh my god! What? Whoa! Oh my god! Wow, didn't expect that. That was intense. Jeez. Oh wow. That was like I'm not saying it was really good what was happening, but it was really good the way that they showed that. That was crazy. I've not seen anything like that before. Like at Piccadilly Circus, just all that chaos. That was crazy. That was really, really good. There was some really good looking stunts there still, like with the people getting hit by cars and crushed and stuff. It looked good.
David, it's David. David? Is it you?
going to kill you. David, please let me help you. I love you, David.
They just let anyone run down there. That's pretty rough. What?
Dang, 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 blue moon, moon, blue moon.
Okay. That was American Werewolf in London. I really enjoyed this film. I had a good time watching it. The last 10 minutes there was really cool. Just wreaking havoc in like central London. I never thought that sequence in, was it Piccadilly Circus, with all the violence, I didn't see that coming. That was impressive from a filmmaking point of view, because I think the impacts on the human, like the car crashes and stuff, and stuff hitting them, was really well done. They must have had like a good stunt team. But yeah, obviously the standout thing for this film is the practical visual effects, and I think the sound design as well, because without the sound design it wouldn't sell it as much, but it still really stands up today. Like the transformation scene and some of the violence scenes are still really good to this day, so I can't imagine when this first came out. What year did this come out? Let me check, because I'm acting like it's like one of the like really old films, but I'm sure it's 81, so it's not like it's like a really, really old film. I was born in 84, so yeah, maybe it is quite old. But yeah, the effects still really stand up today, and it was just really cool. I enjoyed the fact that it showed northern England as well as down south. They did have the typical northern traits of being like weird country folk, all dumb and stuff, and sinister, but that's to be expected. The Londoners got their share of cliches thrown in there as well, so fair's fair. So did the Americans, I guess. But yeah, I really liked it. The you know, it was a little bit dated with some of the dialogue and acting in certain parts, but that just added to the charm of it for me. I love old horror films, and especially if they got a little bit of, it's not bad acting, but you know, like sort of stilted, or they'd speak a certain way for that era, you know, just things like that I just find charming, and it makes me enjoy film a lot more. It's not a criticism by any means. But this was really cool. It was a really enjoyable monster movie watch. I'm not sure about like, I just sort of sat and enjoyed this film. I didn't try and read too much into it, but I appreciated it. I can see why it's considered a classic, and I can see why if you saw it back in 81, it would have been quite amazing. It was amazing to watch nowadays, the effects and stuff. So back then, I bet it was really, really impressive. But yeah, I just really enjoyed myself watching this film. I kind of needed this tonight just to chill out and watch a good horror. But yeah, that's it for American Werewolf. Let me know if you watched this when it first came out, what your first time was, whether you got to watch it in the cinema or anything like that. I bet it was a cool experience. It was just like, yeah, it was just like one of them classic old films that you sort of, I could see this being if I'd have seen this when I was younger, like as a teenager and stuff, I could see it being one of those that I put on quite often, because that's what I used to do when I was a kid. I'd like watch one of my favourite horrors on a Friday night or something, and I would watch the films that I liked. Back when I was younger, I would watch them like easily 50 times. So yeah, this would have been in my rotation when I was younger, and I could see why my brothers liked it as well. It had that classic 80s sort of feeling to it and stuff. It was really cool. It did feel a bit more like a 70s era film, but that's probably because it came out in 81, so you know, it's not too late in the decade. Yep, so that's it. All that's left to say is, if you appreciate this reaction, then consider giving a thumbs up to the video and subscribing to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. You can see the full unedited reaction over on Patreon, as well as get early access to the YouTube edits. You can also get access to bonus content that I don't upload over here, as well as access to the polls that determine what I watch next for as little as £1 a month. However you choose to support me, I appreciate you very much. And with all that said, thanks for being here, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.